You can play my organ all night long if you promise never to.
And it's another performance upgrade. This time we are removing the unnecessary planet-saving Euro 4 compliance. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Alright, we've ticked the mark. We will not use this upgrade on the street, only on the track. We're in South Africa, not California. Sorry. So, let's see. Airbox, everything is still, disassembled, waiting for the upgrades. And now, what we are going to do, or what I want to do, is this is the breather hose, which feeds in there. This can be now put onto a filter. This hose is unnecessary. This hose is unnecessary. This canister is unnecessary. That hose needs to be removed. That is unnecessary. That's unnecessary. So we are going to shed weight before we start putting in the Rottweiler Performance air intake, which gives us a lot more breathing space, especially for these fat fingers. The terror of every virgin. Moving on. Right, we're going to do this ass backwards because I like instant gratification. First off, there's a holder here that keeps the can. Remove that. Then here's the can. We're going to remove these pipes from it, draw them all the way back, and then we're going to take this plate off and fit this one. Now, I'm not a fan of advertising. Really, I am not. So, begrudgingly, I'm going to put this on. Bolts, obviously, we will reuse and Loctite together. Then let's see how that looks. Continue. Right, so you unclip the pipe from there, pull that out. When you open it, that is what you are greeted with. This is a bit of a membrane with a rubber seal. Now, I like putting here just a little bit of red rubber grease because it will be mating with metal, and just to ensure that there's a proper seal. Let's do that. Right, done. Next. Already quite a few parts. Okay, what is next? Okay, we pull this hose. Hold on. Brain fart, hold on. Okay, this hose goes from the top, which goes... Where do you go, my comrade? You go all the way there. Alright, next thing, disconnect the cable tie here and pull this old pipe out. This is from the canister and the fuel tank. But looks like mine was sheared off in the process, so gotta find that. So we connect the fuel hose from the tank with that little joiner, and we use the existing hose and we run it down to the bottom here, which we'll clip off later, tie it with a cable tie so it's secure for the time being. Now, this fat pipe was full of fuel. Be wary of that. Probably because my fuel pipe was disconnected from it, which means that canister, I don't even think it was working, but basically that thing was full of fuel. Make sure you got a rag to tidy up after that. Right, so we pulled both pipes. Now we're gonna go on the other side and pull that thing out, which is the ASA valve. There we go. All we need to do is slide that forward and over and come on, don't be a bitch. Of course, my fat fingers. There we go. We just pull that forward. This pipe we're not gonna need. And here we go. Here's the crux of the matter. We gotta disconnect this and put the fuse plug in it. And when we do that, we also have to heat shrink it closed for protection. And then what we're going to do with it, we're going to cable tie it possibly to here to move it out of the way. Then, excuse me, fumes. The other thing, now you've got two options here. This pipe goes from the engine. You can either take this off and put the included threaded bolt into it, or you can take it all off and put a bolt with a O-ring, copper crush washer into the engine with a bit of Loctite. I'm going to go for the latter. Let's do that. There we go. There's the plug from the ASA, and now comes the finicky part. Yeah, you see that? That's where we have to go. So I did all these cable ties so I can move that out. And now I'm going to take some long nose or needle nose pliers just to get that off, and then see what do I have to remove. It'll probably be something like a grease nipple or a barb in there. Let's get that going. Yeah, it's a barb. Okay, how the hell are we going to get that? Alright, let's see what sort of tool can reach that. Yeah. That took me about 15 minutes. Very difficult to get an 8mm spanner in there. Right. Now that is done. Yeah, I know, shoddy camera work. Bite me. Gonna take this, put a bit of Loctite on it, screw that in, and at least that part is done. Next. And there we go. Clean. Next thing is this. And that pipe goes... Ta-da! So we can now remove this pipe. And for the fuse... Okay, they say there's no real adapter for this thing, so we have to plug that in and then heat shrink everything together and tie everything together. That's how it's supposed to look. Now, getting this thing was not easy. I applied, just a breath of grease on the tip, just the tip, and then forced it in. So, we've got that, and we've got this plug, all nice together. So what I'll be doing, heat shrinking this, heat shrinking that as well, just extra protection for this little resistor on the back. And then we can, where are we going to put them? I suppose they'll just become a big thing like that. Yeah, 2 inches. Yeah, don't get me started. It doesn't exactly look pretty, does it? Oversized condom and all that crap. Never mind. Leave it there. This one can stay definitely there. That's hidden this one. Yeah, I'll figure another space, okay? Right, so we've fused everything off. We've got rid of everything. Is there anything else we can do? Yes, the fueling dongle. And we're going to take the O2 sensor out, put a plug in it, and also take that sensor out. Sensor, this thing here. The line is well hidden behind all of this, and there you go. Unplug that, put a bung in it. Still have this left over from the 1190. And put the dongle, or whatever it is, in there. And I'm going to heat shrink that closed as well. Why am I doing this? Simple. The new Euro 4, Euro 5, Euro 6 norms, the ECUs have gotten a lot smarter. So if you were to put just a power commander on here, the ECU would actually override it because it's constantly measuring air fuel mixture from the exhaust, and it is locked at a certain RPM. As long as you're not over that threshold, it will keep everything box standard. It's a great thing. Yeah, so basically you shell out for a power commander, you think you got gains, but it's just in your mind, much like your friends. So, let's get this done. Ta-da! That's all the mess that came out of this. Final result, incredibly clean. This hosing, look in here, okay, mind you, I still have to cable tie this out of the way. It's easily done, we'll put that here. The breather filter, it's a cute little thing. Just put it here. You can shorten the existing pipe, but that mushroom plug at the end, it's actually very tight. You can just put it over the new filter and just zip tie it closed. Also put a zip tie here because the original didn't have one. So that's pretty much secure. Yeehaw. Now, what's the next bit? Well, now that we've sorted all of this out, well, time for the Rottweiler. But before I even do that, because I've got access to everything, I'm going to put in the power commander first, then the Rottweiler filter, and then got to start her up. No, hold on. Fairings. We still need the fairings. Hopefully those are back soon. Okay, so now clean up time. Till next time.